Thank you, Alyssa. What a wonderful representative you are for Jefferson students, and how proud we are of your accomplishments. At this time, I would call upon Mr. James Scordo, Chair of the Jefferson Community College Board of Trustees, to introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Dr. McCoy. Our speaker this morning is a member of Jefferson's full-time faculty, Dr. Joanna Shanowski. Throughout her 34-year career at JCC, Joanna's focus has always been on teaching and student success. She is, in every sense, a master teacher. She cares intensely about students and their success as writers, future professionals, and people. She sets high standards for academic achievement and then works tirelessly to give her students the support, encouragement, and guidance needed to ensure their success. Joanna's record of accomplishment as a superb classroom instructor and as a respected campus leader has been recognized with numerous awards, including the Chancellor's Award for Excellence, the SUNY Distinguished Teaching Professorship, Outstanding Teacher of the Year by New York State Association of Two-Year Colleges, Jefferson PTK Teacher of the Year, and Outstanding Teacher Award by the National Institute for Staff and Organizational Development. That is a mouthful of awards. Dr. Shanowski has both a Bachelor of Arts in English and a Master's of Arts in English Education from SUNY Albany, as well as a Doctorate of Philosophy, Instructional Design, Development, and Evaluation from Syracuse University. Please welcome our speaker this morning, Distinguished Professor Dr. Joanna Shanowski.
Good morning. Welcome, graduates, on this special occasion, a culmination of your experiences at JCC, a time of great joy, literally days before Christmas. Congratulations on making so far in your journey into the world of learning. Welcome, parents, families, and friends. Welcome, President McCoy, honored guests, members of the stage party, trustees, faculty, visitors, and friends of JCC. Someone once told me that a memorable keynote speech is pithy, that is concise and forcefully expressed. I hope you find my keynote address today both succinct and evocative. As a preamble, and to contextualize this keynote address, I need to relate just a brief account of my own educational expedition. It's been a long and gratifying journey. I hail from afar. I was born in Poland in a small family consisting of Mother Blanka, Father Romek, Brother Marek, and Grandmother Helena. Apropos Christmas, my grandmother Helena was born to Adam and Eve, my great-grandparents, on Christmas Eve, 1899. And in only 4 days, she would have been 115 years old. This story is about her. Grandmother Helena played a noteworthy and looming role in my life. She was a stern, old-fashioned, demanding woman of few words and fewer praises, who stayed at home with my brother and me while our parents worked outside as professionals. I loved my grandma fiercely, but I was never sure how she felt about me until she passed away. In a small drawer, in a wardrobe, in a bedroom, she and I shared, we shared the bathroom too, When I was growing up, my brother found a tiny suede change purse tied with a black rubber band. I recognized it as mine from years ago when I threw it out after the clasp broke. My grandmother must have fished it out from the wastepaper basket and saved it. But why? The answer became clear only after I opened the change purse. Inside, there were 4 items. A lock of my blonde hair sealed in a tiny medicinal vial. My blue badge I wore sewn on the left sleeve of my school uniform with number 20 designating the elementary school I attended. My red badge I wore sewn on the left sleeve of my school uniform with number 4 for the prestigious high school I won an entry to. My oval red badge sewn above my left breast pocket of my uniform with honor student written on it. The 4 items spoke volumes to me. This woman who never praised, never coddled me, chose to save these 4 mementos, all of which centered on my educational endeavors. And through these items, articulated to me powerfully and unmistakably that she was proud of me for my learning achievements. Apparently, Grandma Helena, who was raised during the historical period of Poland known as partitioning, under the Russian Tsars occupied Poland and allowed only 5th grade education, had reveled in my schooling. This discovery of how she felt about me and what truly was important to her forced me to reflect upon the lessons she taught me, never directly, but more through her actions, imbued with the values she espoused. I will share with you today 3 of my grandmother's educational tenets I have lived by my entire life. Aptly, as I am foremost a teacher of writing, they can be encapsulated in an acronym, P-E-N, PEN, which stands for persistence, engagement, and nurturing one's mind. Let's begin then. P stands for persistence, which is the quality that allows someone to continue doing something steadfastly or obstinately without interruption, refusing to change in the course of action despite opposition or difficulty, carrying on, enduring, undergoing hardship, strain, and privation without yielding. Here are just a few examples of my past wonderful students who epitomized this principle. Picture a non-traditional technical writing student who from her hospital bed in pain after she endured an emergency surgery without missing a beat had a paper delivered to me by her adult son precisely on the due date, never considering this feat as anything special. How about an online English 102 Introduction to Literature student who lost her mother during the module on poetry, but still participated vigorously and thoughtfully in the online discussion without ever mentioning this fact to anyone, including me. Only later, her mother's passing was revealed in subsequent discussion forums. Then, too, a new mother, after delivering her first baby, arrived in my short story class just a day after giving birth. I still don't know how she did it. She said she didn't want to miss the class. The students gave her a standing ovation. Last time I saw her at a local function, she told me she has now 4 children. Finally, a 4th-drum soldier who participated enthusiastically in my online basic English class from Iraq, brilliantly coping with intermittent internet and blackout periods, just never complaining or asking for special treatment or extensions on assignments. E stands for engagement, which is involvement of a person in his or her complete attention, intensely throwing oneself into some activity or project, thus engrossing, occupying one's attention and participation, pledging and committing oneself to participate in said activity. Here are examples of my past students who embodied this principle. Imagine an English 100 college composition student who later also took my online English 101 and English 102 classes, enthusiastically agreed to participate in a study I was conducting, comparing traditional versus online instruction, tirelessly traveled with me to 3 national conferences to speak about her experiences in Atlanta, Orlando, and New York City. How about a Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society student who attended with me and PTK officers the annual National Honor Society conventions, energetically engaged in making the JCC PTK chapter one of the best, most engaged, active chapters in the state, tirelessly fundraising on behalf of numerous causes. And notably, a young woman recognizing the need of many disadvantaged students in our composition class initiated a holiday food drive with the help of a local grocery store to provide 7 classmates with food baskets at Thanksgiving, complete with turkey and fixings, and did it so tactfully that students who received the bounty were able to hold on to their dignity. N stands for nurturing the mind. Nurturing is the process of promoting, stimulating, nourishing, cultivating, and encouraging the development, growth, and advancement of one's mind, which is the ability to learn and understand. Learning continually throughout one's life, consequently increasing the capacity for thinking, reasoning, and broadening one's intelligence and wisdom. Here are examples of my former students who exemplified this principle. A technical writing student, a first-generation college attendee, so fired up by the educational opportunities JCC opened to him that he continued learning and earning degrees, eventually becoming a physician, a renowned gastroenterologist in Texas. With humility, he told me at the Alumni Awards dinner and ceremony 2 years ago that he still has his outstanding technical writing certificate earned over 20 years ago in my class. This modest early award, so clearly eclipsed by far more prestigious awards he received over the years, yet still important to him enough to be listed on his impressive resume. A math science student who enrolled in the pre-nursing program, so motivated and enticed by the intellectual possibilities JCC opened to her that she decided to continue her education beyond nursing and eventually became a pediatrician. She now lives and practices medicine in Baltimore. An office technology student and a liberal arts work study, clearly motivated by her experiences working with faculty at JCC, that she continued her education through master's degree and is now a colleague and a business professor. And finally, a homeschooled 13-year-old early admission computer science major enrolled in my office mate's English composition class flourished at JCC so much, so he subsequently continued his education in the field through master's program at RPI and now works in management capacity for Google in California. I'm sure you too would agree that these students embodied the PEN principle. Yet they are but a tiny sample of the many wonderful students who over the years enriched our lives here at JCC. They stand as examples for others to emulate. In closing, my grandmother's tacit legacy of instilling in me determination to be educated, gain independence through education, and ultimately control my life through empowerment has stayed with me for decades. And so, with the years of my own experience behind me and an enormous debt of gratitude for my grandmother's lessons, I bestow on my not so formally educated but wise grandmother an honorary doctoral degree, Doctor of Honoris Causa, which in my view she earned in spades. And my doctorate, in part, is also her doctorate, as nothing we do in life happens in a vacuum. Just look around to your families and friends and their continued support of your own educational endeavors. You too can take grandmother's lessons and JCC past students' examples to heart. Grandma Helena was an astute woman, but I didn't know that until I was much older and she was no longer with me. Make a difference in your life now through persistence to attain your highest educational goals, through vigorous and tireless engagement in educational and professional activities, and by nurturing your mind as lifelong learners. Pen your way to successful and fulfilling lives. And now go forth onto your next challenge and pay forward this lesson to others who may need your support. Congratulations and Godspeed.